All right, Greg, so addressing the issue of why the shots tend to fade. So I'd address you're a little bit inside here. So in other words, from your shoulder line, your arm should be hanging more straight down. And you have it kind of hanging inside the line, so you can actually allow it to move a little bit more this way instead of like tucked in that way. That's number one. And then the takeaway is actually pretty good here. The club's on a good plane line. And we get a little bit steep here. In other words, so here's your shoulder line right here, and your arm is above that shoulder line a little bit, crossing over it this way. So in other words, and that happens because this separates more than it should. So your right forearm should be closer at the top here. However, what you do is you try to correct that by dropping this down, and you'll see that here in just a moment. So you're going to drop this down, but it's still above the shoulder line, still too far above the shoulder line. And that consequence of that being too far above the shoulder line here, the club should be traveling more here now. And so what's going to happen is the club's going to get too far outside because it's too far over. And now it's too far on this side of this arm line. And so when you come down now, you're going to have the club too far over. So there it is, way over here. And now you're going to cut across it this way. Otherwise you'd miss it. So if you look at a modeling of that motion, we'll do it with an iron though. So watch what this looks like. So here, see how first of all, the arm line and the shoulder line are matching each other, so it's not above, crossing over. And then second, when you start coming down, this arm and the club does not go on this side of the shoulder line, it stays tucked back here. So it's crossing right through the middle of his back here. And yours, on the other hand, if we go back for a moment, is way up above. So it's too far over to this side on the forward swing. And now you're kind of stuck. So the thing to work on is, first of all, the backswing, this is too high above the shoulder line. And then if we go a little bit farther here, so one more thing. So you'll probably notice also that you're in this spine angle, and now your spine angle is starting to come up out of the tilt that you started with. So you'll almost stand straight up here like this. So now all of a sudden your spine angle is like this, because you're not, to get to the ball you had to do that, so you can't really turn through it correctly.